build a thing together to figure out like how our world is going to look. In fact, let me open up a Word document because I don't have any kind of memory.
Man, they are really
Love it.
intriguing. Yeah. Um, I mean, personally, I'm leaning toward like first and last,
Okay, so we
but
got like a happy-go-lucky, silly Sailor Moon, or a Persona 5 like mystery, go into the secret world type thing. Okay.
Mhm. but
Man, I
I'm
do love me some
fully
Miyazaki.
happy. Mm,
Mick,
but
how
I'm
about
happy
you?
to play
What are
the
you
game.
feeling? Mick is very thoughtful.
I say the first and third one.
Okay. So we
Third
got
one
two.
is the third
Third is
one's
the
Leviathan Mechs.
Oh,
Okay.
I am also into that. A little bit of Evangelion.
okay. So we got
Yeah.
2 for the first, 2 for the third. 1. Yeah, let's just do it like a straight up vote.
Stephanie, what are you thinking?
I like the Rotting Sky one, but I also like
Oh,
that
you're so good.
I like the Sea of Stars one, the Leviathan too. So those are my 2 top ones.
All right. Right now, Sea of
I-
Star is winning with
Sea of
3.
Stars. I'm gonna change my. I'm good with Sea of Stars.
I was gonna try and vote to make sure it was like 2, 2, 2, and 2 or something like that. But I'm gonna roll a die. What's number 4?
So we got 2 for Persona,
Okay.
and my vote is going to be for Sea of Stars, but it won't matter because we have 4 for mech. So we are going to a mech battle.
Okay.
Yes,
So that's number
Yeah.
3, right?
That's number 3.
Oh, I get a mech.
I'm into
I
it.
want to
Oh my
see
God.
I am definitely not against flying around in a mech and blowing stuff up. Just
And I
saying.
think
Yes.
that's my thing because, like, even though I prefer 2 because once again that lets me to do like the most damage and I get to bring Nano. Like, I love all of these. Like, I love the like potential of doing like a silly, just happy, like befriending everything thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I fucking love the ability of having like a super emo mech that like you all have to like deal with. Clearly, I put over 200 hours in Persona, so I have no problem with that.
I've always felt that like mech games are very cathartic. Like you just run around, you're just like blowing everything up.
You're
The answer to all things is to shoot the big cannon.
Right. Or like you get in the battle with the kaiju and like it comes in and you're just like stepping on Tokyo and destroying all these things and you're like, oops, sorry.
Oh my God.
Someone will pay for the damages.
Right.
Bye.
I'm sure there wasn't anyone in that high rise over there, that 30-story building. I'm sure they all
They're
got out
very
in time.
thankful. They're happy
Except
we
I
were
envision
here.
like a mech that's like a 2-year-old child who's like completely just insano with their loves and their hates. Like nothing. There's no consistency at all.
So you want
Kill
your
them!
child to play your mech, is what you're saying.
I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
So
I don't
it
know
would
how
be
to make that happen.
the reverse of Kenji, in Evangelion, where like Kenji's, super whiny about the whole like he has to save the world, but it's really the mech that doesn't want to have to do it.
Right. When we're done, you get to get out and go take a bath and stuff and eat, and I have to sit here and get fixed, and I'm always like losing arms and losing legs and
Like, where's my downtime? Where's my
Right?
fun? Like you go on a date? I don't even get to go on a date. Who am I even gonna date? Amazing.
Have you met the other mechs here? Oh,
Oh my
Do you
goodness.
see that paint job? Oh, who chooses those colors?
so just out of curiosity, so visually, what kind of style are you thinking? Because I'm gonna do like a promo for this. Like
Right.
I was waiting. I did a promo just using the cover art for the game, but I was waiting to make one that's a little more specific in order
Right.
to get the feel of what we're doing instead.
So like the overarching thing of like on a Sea of Stars is that like space, mechs, but also like extinction, and I think like like living ships and alien worlds. That's kind of like the overarching
Okay.
thing. That's all I know for now. And
Are
then
you-
like
Are you thinking
Like,
like was it Macross? Is that what it's called? Are you thinking like that, like Robotech, or are you thinking Evangelion? Like as far as styles for the mechs go, and this can be everyone's feedback.
Let me see.
Well, Evangelion's dark.
And they have those very like the mechs in it are very like thin and I'm trying to think like angular and stuff like that, whereas Robotech is like chonky mech warrior.
More thin and angular, just because even though they're mechs, like it's more mech bio thing.
Okay.
And so it's less robotic. Like they don't get repair. They like live off of your emotion. So there is a kind of like more human aspect to it.
Okay.
They're energy vampires.
Great.
I mean, why do you think I like this one?
Great.
Colin.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Cool. Thanks for that.
So honestly, it started about institutions and the hope in the face of extinction. The protagonists are captive heroes forced to fight a slowly losing war against an overwhelming enemy, all while being alienated from the people they protect. They rely on the engines to stand a chance against the Leviathans, and the engines in turn are fueled by the pilot's emotions and transcendent powers. The series does not point towards any particular outcome for humanity, which means y'all can definitely lose. Instead, it highlights the price that must be paid for its continued survival and asks the players to collectively decide whether this remnant of humanity is worth saving.
Oh,
Oh my god, this is amazing. All right.
Right. So,
All right.
building the series. As a group, we're going to I'm going to ask the question, and then we're all just going to discuss like how we want to build the series together. At some point, we'll do character creation like in the middle. Yeah, we have yeah, so question 1. Oh, and I am on page 182. Just an FYI. The Void. What lurks in the Void? And so they have a few like potential options. So we could be like a world of ghosts and demons, a storm of psychic energy, ancient gods reawoken, guardians of the natural order, a vast all-consuming organism, our basest fears made manifest. Like we are all trapped in space on this living ship. What is out there that we are like, no, we can't stay out there because we won't.
a complete lack of tacos.
No tacos. There are no tacos in space. No.
And no one can hear you scream about it.
The worst.
Except
worst
for, like,
ever.
Or it is like, like an evil taco. Like
Like it has the promise of a taco, but it just isn't.
it's not
Like
a
a
taco.
vegan.
Right?
Like a vegan taco, but even a bad vegan taco. You know.
I've had some really good vegan tacos actually, but
I know.
That's
Well,
also true.
they're kind of hard.
It is also true.
Yeah.
Messed up a taco, but like it would be like the worst vegan taco that you could ever imagine.
Is that marshmallow?
That could be your basest fear. Is a
Oh my
vegan
God.
right there.
Except vegan
What do you
tacos
mean there's
aren't
no
that
cheese?
good.
Right.
So potentially like some sort of like alien life form that transforms into what you want most to lure you off the ship, and then you die, and then feeds on you.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we go
Tacos
like Event
coming up left and right.
It just transforms into
Event Horizon.
Event
like
Horizon.
a taco bar, and then you're like, oh, I like taco bars. Like Philip, no, and then Philip jumps off the ship, and then we don't see Philip anymore.
It's like, damn it, Timmy.
No, Philip.
Philip, you don't need to call him Philip. We know it's John. You don't need to like sugarcoat any of this.
That's cool.
No, I like that. Taking your greatest desires and twisting that into either a fear, or you can mix them both. You can have different levels. I like that.
Yeah.
That all came from tacos.
Wow. Right. Tacos, the multi-purpose food.
You can't go
Super
wrong
deep.
with tacos.
Man. Yeah, get up here. Come here.
All right, next, can I just copy that? I can, so I don't have to type. The next question. What act of hubris brought doom upon us? An ancient king shattered the gates of death. Oh, damn. I like that one. Our first attempt at interstellar travel. casting signals across all realities, meddling with the flow of time, harnessing a forbidden source of power, trespassing in their domain. Like, what did we do that when in the history books we're like, we shouldn't have done this, and we accept it?
I do like the sending signals out, because we just broadcast so much shit out. And
we don't think about it. We're just
right?
Like,
yeah.
I like that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it's highly offensive stuff that we're just sending out. People are like, these guys are morons. Like, we got to do something about this.
That's
okay,
fair.
so we're just sending signals, and then somebody caught it and was like...
Just to be fair, that's just my feedback. Don't necessarily...
These people love tacos. No. They're easy to prey.
They're easy to prey.
So easy to correct.
Or they they love tacos, and they see Taco Bell commercials, and they're just like, these people gotta die.
in our universe.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So are we okay with just the random sending of signals? Contacted something that we didn't?
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
I mean, it also feels very like weirdly accurate, because we do. So, you know, yeah.
With our address, even like we said the desk,
right?
You know,
right. We let them know, like, hey, we're here.
Come on over here. Yeah.
Yep. Come say hi.
Another kitty. Matt and I are watching X-Files right now, so it's like super fun to watch. Of course, 90s shows, because the shoulder pads, they're amazing. Also, it's a good show. Like, it holds up. X-Files totally still holds up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we transmit so much weird junk. Of course, someone's going to get offended by it.
Right.
Of course.
Or, I mean, at the very least, they're going to learn what our, base desires and fears are. Mm-hmm. It would be easy for them to manipulate that. I really like that concept of...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at social media. They just have to mine our social medias.
Right.
This person loves cats. We're going to send a giant cat.
The final boss is definitely going to be a giant cat.
With laser eyes.
It just wants to be loved, man. You know.
Right?
It wants the votes. The page counts.
Mm-hmm.
So
give me the likes.
We've kind of done the next one. Why do Leviathans come? So they're like, to reclaim something we stole, to consume minds and bodies, to silence our civilization. It sounded like we were leading towards to silence civilization.
That's fair.
Okay.
You were so noisy. Shut up. I love how we're making a podcast about this, or like an actual play we put out there. It seems what's the word?
If this podcast, this like actual play, is what gets the aliens to be like,
right?
They're right. We should silence them.
Yes.
Or it could just be TikTok.
The idea.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok. I feel like TikTok. If there were aliens listening, TikTok would have been the final straw. They would have just been like, we gotta just push the button now.
Too much noise, too many things, like you can't have the radio, the TV, the vacuum going, and then have God knows what else, and then the fire alarm goes off. I mean, someone's gonna break. It's too much.
Fair.
And you get the dog barking, and then then the cat wants food. Like, it's just too much.
So needy.
Why is Crazy Sal selling so many mattresses? He'd be out of business by now. He's crazy.
Let alone the My Pillow guy. Let's not even go there.
Oh my god.
That guy.
Oh, My Pillow guy. I don't know. The slap chop is still my favorite. You're gonna love my nuts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Also, kind of talked about this, but only kind of. What form do the Leviathans take? So we know that they can turn into what you want to bring them in, but do they always look like that, or do they have an appearance other than that? So they're massive demonic sea monsters, spacefaring cephalopods, cyclopean
Chaz, would we know what their real appearance is?
That's the question. Maybe y'all don't know, and I'll just have a real appearance that.
I mean, though, who doesn't love a demonic sea monster?
True.
Yeah, they're like giant sea cucumbers.
Where they eat and poop out the same hole.
Yeah, and they spit out the innards, like across the universe, and like that's kind of what they're luring you back in with is like, oh, it's just horrible.
Okay. That's pretty gross. Yeah.
That's weird and gross. It's weird and gross.
I like
weird
it.
And gross.
Sorry, I was looking at stock art. What was the suggestion?
It sounds like right now the number one suggestion is massive demonic sea creature. So taking those creatures from like the bottom of the Pacific, so like sea cucumbers, sea stars, anglerfish, and just like turning them slightly more demonic.
Yeah. But I really like the sea cucumber idea because they're just innately a little bit more gross, I think, than many of the others.
It'll be all of them.
Ooh, all of them. Anglerfish for sure.
You gotta like see if you can destroy the sea cucumber. You gotta destroy the anglerfish, the one where the fish like uses to destroy the fish, and then there's just like one fish, not two fish anymore.
Yeah.
But what about 3 fish and 4 fish and red fish and blue fish?
It's just the one fish.
What?
It's all
like
one.
anglerfish, like they absorb their mates or something. Is that how that works?
The women are the ones that are big, and then the mates are like very small, and then they just like clap onto the women, and then just turn into like testicles to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like little polyps on their skin. They just kind of merge in. They're like a weird parasite, but not a parasite. They're like one creature.
Yeah.
So weird.
Next question. The last bastion of humanity. Where do we shelter? So let's see. An isolated city-state, an ancient fortress quarantined and sealed, rebellion and strife. Law and order, a mobile bunker.
Aren't we on a ship?
Neo.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like a jalopy RV.
A space Winnebago.
Oh my god.
Is
so
the
would
ship
this
we're
be
on?
like a ship? Yeah, is it like a giant ship? Do we have a planet? Are we like, no thanks on planets?
So I
like Babylon 5
I thought I saw a
something.
place where they were like, you're on a living ship. But I think like in
I
general
like
it's
that.
just wherever. It's like if we want to be in a ship we can. If we want to be like just like one city state somewhere in that like forever storm in Jupiter we can. Like that's
Yeah.
The thing, so I was thinking about planets, but I was like, the thing about planets is you could just like wait until it passes you, and then they just fly by because they have to orbit the sun. So if they're coming from this way, and like Jupiter's here, they're like, okay, let's wait. Okay, now no one's there, and they just go on by. What if it was like a built space station that's at like one of the is it Lagrange points, so it like just sits at that spot and doesn't actually move?
Okay.
So like Deep Space Nine or Babylon 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Build space station, fix.
And if they get past that, well,
yeah, we're kind of screwed.
Earth is screwed.
And it could have
then we
just
have
like
the
us
space
as mech warriors and stuff too. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk.
No, that's okay. And then that's where the big space Winnebago happens.
Right.
Yes.
You just have to be able to land and attach.
That could be somebody's mech, like a Winnebago. What would that personality be? Like it only plays 8-track cassettes.
What, like Tomater from Cars?
Do the mechs connect? We have like a mega mech?
Like a Voltron?
We can make that happen.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, there actually is a mechanic that like, we can make that happen. That could be a thing.
Yes. Yes.
One giant mech.
there has to be several layers of magical girl transformations that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you can't just have the Super Saiyan. You have to have the Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 558 and like.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was watching the other day, but it was showing like the transformation or like the melding of two into like the Super Saiyan, and like I can't remember their names. Dragon Ball Z, and they like lean over and touch fingers. I'm just like, that's like the weirdest one. That's like because like most of them are just like so like majestic and they swirl around and all this, and they're just like and touch fingers.
Oh my god. I mean, can you imagine all the personalities like attached to try and work with one? You know, like they'd have like a twitchy eye or something weird.
Like, and y'all will have to like figure it out, and like if you like piss off one, then like your right leg's not working, and you're like, just move. It's like, no, I'm not moving. I told y'all to get me some cake, and I have no cake.
I have no tacos.
No tacos.
Tacos.
Apologize for the arm. Apologize.
What is held to be sacred in your like, you know, last remnants of humanity world? Do we want things like order, strength, hierarchy, obedience, edifices? I don't know what that means. Organizations, hatred, sacrifice. Like what's something that like that?
I think it needs to be tied to the nature of these things. Like if they're, you know, they saw our TikToks, they saw our Justin Bieber videos, and they're like, these people have to die. What do we use to battle against that? You know, what have we created for ourselves to keep us going in the face of that? I don't know if that sparks any ideas.
Unfettered capitalism.
I was just say bigger TikTok, mega talk.
Mega talks.
Our dances. Okay. You know, we've got our dances that we do when we do various different things.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we don't actually fight. We break dance fight.
So what I'm hearing is capitalism, which turns to TikTok, which turns to hierarchy, and so
you're killing my soul.
Y'all are the number one pilots, not because you're like good, not because you're like emotionally stable, but because you're like the top 5 TikTok stars.
Right. We're actually paladins. We're like real life paladins, where we're just like, this is my belief system, and I'm going to smash it into you.
That is amazing. Sounds kind of horrible.
We have to go shopping. You know, there's some great opportunities to go shopping. You know, and we got all of our bags, and we're walking around with our bags and stuff. That'll keep those weird sea monsters at bay.
Right.
Look at this koala.
Oh, man.
So are we all good with like capitalism, hierarchy, TikTok for like what we hold dear?
I mean, I feel like if this were to be sent out into the cosmos, it would probably offend many, you know, in space. So yeah.
But what about? I mean, if it's offended like the people in space, maybe it's our lesson that capitalism isn't great, and therefore we've adopted something new.
That's the question. Have we like learned, or are we like, fuck you, fake tacos? We're gonna go harder. Which direction are we going?
I mean, Taco Bell now serves styrofoam, and that's it.
What if it was like the fundamentals of Star Trek or something? Like, what are those? You know, what are the fundamentals of Star Trek? Yeah.
The prime directives.
The prime directive.
Yeah, something like that. Like, isn't there a short, like, blurb that we could kind of adopt where it's like,
well,
is this
not a side rail?
Is this a question for what's the group's?
This is,
or is this humanity in general?
What does humanity hold sacred? Like, we are pushed to the brink. What did we like keep no matter what? Because the next question is very much like, what did we give up? Because like
what if we gave up capitalism for this new, better version?
So maybe we're trying to be more socialism or something, and like the group matters the most. Like the needs of the many outweigh the
Oh,
needs of the few. To be all
remember-
Star Trekky.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all are like forced into this, so we're still like fucked up. We did not learn our lesson completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep thinking, I'm like, but would we really?
Oh.
I want,
Yeah, yeah.
I really want people to be better, but
Especially
We-
like desperation. We're almost dead. We're not going to be
Right.
like, this is the time to like. We're gonna be like, nope, nope. Hunker down on that one thing that we know to be true.
all right, hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Okay.
Hot sauce.
I feel like corporations are the hierarchy instead of
Yeah.
like government. It's all like
So
fucking
yeah, so
Yeah.
hierarchy capitalism.
right,
Maybe-
fucking
yeah.
X.
But we can personally push up against that, right?
I mean, you can, and that's gonna
Yeah.
be like, and I think like in like the introduction, like paragraph, like that was the thing. Like, you all are chosen because like you only a few people can interact with these like mechs, and so even though you're kind of like forced into it, maybe willingly, maybe not, it is ultimately up to you to decide. Like, is it worth fighting, or should we just be like, fuck it, humans have tried, we failed.
And we have to
Yeah.
come up with a bunch of like corporate names that are like blatant point, like giant pointers, so we could do like Y for X,
Malwart and
right?
Mega hard.
Mega.
Mega hard.
Yeah, it's Microsoft, but it's mega hard.
Write that
Amazing.
down. Mega hard
beautiful.
has to be one of the
Mega
corporations.
hard.
Because this kind of feels like if Elon Musk took over
Right.
governance of all of humanity.
That's kind of what I'm
And
aiming
now
at.
we
Yeah,
have our
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now.
Oh,
So then, just for
Okay.
like kind of like mess with anyway, what was humanity forced to give up? So did we give up communities? Did we give up our bodies? Are we all brains in jars? Did we give up
Ooh.
intimacy, emotion? Did we give up gender, growth, comfort, hope? Like, what did we give up in this world where we are stuck in a fixed space time so no one can find us, and we're sending out pilots to fight tacos?
I mean, I do not feel like society would be like, hey, let's give up gender. Because,
Mhm.
you know, that's a
Yeah.
battle currently being fought, and
Yeah.
society's
Yeah.
like, no,
And
no, I
especially
need
since-
this sign on my bathroom that makes me know which one.
And
Anyway.
if we're doing
Yeah.
hierarchy, and if we're doing hierarchy, then yeah, it feels like, particularly like a Western society, would kind of like
Yeah. It
I-
could be like individualism or
Well, I feel
Something
like
like that.
community.
Yeah.
Community is
yeah.
really tanked. You know, especially with everybody like, I mean, the pandemics and whatnot didn't help anything. It made it just worse. But yeah, people are kind of doing a deep dive to hermit.
I'm gonna toss one
I
in
mean,
there as
that's
well.
Toss away.
I'm gonna say we give up. We're gonna also not just one or the other. We're also gonna give up emotion. Y'all can't be emotional in your fighting of the tacos. You need to be strict and logical, which would be super great for me because your fucking mechs are fueled off your logic or off
Right.
your emotion.
Right?
Yeah.
So y'all
So
can't be
we
emotional.
might have to hide our
Yeah.
emotion because isn't it emotion that drives our powers?
That's right.
So we have to tap into that.
Wow.
So, oh, I see.
Nice.
That's an evil laugh, chat.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Can't show emotion, but then nothing works if you're not emotional.
yeah.
Ooh, and maybe that's why we're special because we can channel our emotion. My emo powers can be used.
Our emo powers combined.
Oh my God, it's the cure. It's Robert Smith.
oh my God.
This is gonna be so fun.
Okay.
I
next.
feel like the Mega Mech has to be Robert Smith.
Yes.
Just has like
And
this
he's
huge,
crying.
right?
I'm trying to get you to cry. Cry with me.
Cry with me.
Ooh. All right. Our first question involving your mechs. What pilot engine? What separates you all from other people? Like, you all have been chosen. Why have you been chosen? Were you doing volunteers? Were you elevated by authorities? Were you VAT grown? Did the engines choose you themselves? Like, the
I
green
like that
engine was like, I want that one. Did the Leviathans like change you something? Like, did you bite a taco and all of a sudden you have the power to interface with these mechs?
The tacos gave us emotion.
Yeah.
They gave us life.
Was it your drive and ambition? Like, why are you special?
Yeah, we were all over at somebody's Nana's house, and she made us like some old recipe tacos, and we're like, our eyes
is
turned to
real.
hearts,
This is
and our
amazing.
hearts opened up, and we were like, there is actually flavor in this.
What is,
Oh my gosh, it's a real taco.
is this cayenne pepper?
Right?
Okay, so we have one vote for experience old world magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
I like that. I like
I
it.
do too. Like we have some connection to that, or we've been exposed to it, and maybe it helps us tap into our emotion a
Because
little.
if-
I like the emotion piece.
Depending on like how long we've been in this like doom state, and if it's a couple generations, then people literally wouldn't know how to tap into it. I mean, people can barely tap into emotions now when we see it all the time on TV. If you don't have
Yeah.
access to it, like you won't know. But then you all had that taco, that like from Flavor
Mhm.
Town,
And she was playing Robert Smith in the background
Right.
as we were eating, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm
And then
crying.
someone
And
like-
it's so anime where you have like the ancient grandma that's just like
Yeah,
making
she's
us
like a witch.
food.
The grandma
Right?
witch. And she's like maybe growing like her own tomatoes, which nobody does.
yeah,
Nobody
she's like
does
she's
that.
hidden,
But
she's hiding.
she-
Yeah.
Old.
Wasn't that a? Wasn't
Oh,
that
we have to
scene
protect
in,
her. We're Nana's special group.
And
There
they
you go.
try to kill her every episode.
Yeah, we're not even trying to like protect the planet. We're just trying to save Nana.
Protect her.
Right?
Yes. It's all about Nana, but she could be some
Yeah.
hidden like power that we don't know. Ooh, she's like our
Like-
Mr. Miyagi.
Are we
It's
all
like going.
okay
Yeah.
with experience old world taco taste in parentheses from Nana?
I love it. I don't know, Mick. What do you think?
I think that sounds good.
Ah,
All right.
One more thing before we go to, because like we're building up the world. One more thing before we go to building actual like characters. What role do you play? And so this is an individual thing. Like, what role do you play, kind of like in the squad, in the world? So we have once again options like ace pilot, insubordinate rebel, wary mechanic, civilian, troubled captain, rejected candidate, press gang convict, forbidden lover, naive, idealist. Like essentially just like who are you now that we've like kind of like built out what's happening? What role do you want to play in the world?
I mean, I feel like I always want to play true to heart, like a really grumpy idealist.
So Adela is grumpy idealist.
Yes, I see my character as being, and you know I've talked to you a little bit about this, but
Right.
being the morale person. I'm here to give you what you need in terms of morale. Do I need to, boost somebody up?
So here's the question for you.
Yes.
Are you a morale person? Are you blindly optimistic in the face of like taco domination? Or are you like realistic in your like morale giving?
I
Because,
think
like-
it would be more naive, but
Okay.
that might be able to grow a little bit through the
Oh
campaign.
boy.
Naive.
Like, come on, we
morale
can do
booster.
it. We can rally together.
Unless I'm an ex-con, if and no one wants to take that, I might.
We can have more than one ex-con, and also you can be both. You can be a grumpy idealist who's also an ex-con.
Okay.
Maybe
you know what?
you were
Yeah,
convicted because of your idealism.
Yeah, you're
Maybe.
out there
Maybe
being
so.
like, we should grow tacos. People are like, nope,
Yep.
get her
Yep.
out there.
With
You're out there.
toilet
You're out there
water,
with a
are you
picket sign. It's
insane?
like legalize taco trees because you don't actually know where tacos
Know
came
what they
from back
are.
in the day, right?
We had
Oh,
one
yeah,
like
yeah.
15 years ago. You're like, things grow on trees. I've read in books.
You
No,
will eat
maybe
the big fish.
Nana shows us how tacos are made, and that's the secret. Like we know that it comes from a plant.
And then
And
you
that's-
got caught.
Mm-hmm. Got caught. Yep.
Okay, I like that.
Soylent Green is people.
Oh, we're gonna get along great. Like, come on, don't lose heart. We can do it. And it's like,
All right.
German
So
John.
I'm thinking. Actually, I know this was the previous question, but I think I was that grown,
Okay.
And the only way I know any of them is from this program of being mech pilots. But they finally like convinced me to go out one night to this Nana's house, whoever that is, and
have the taco.
right, and the taco like completely rewrote my genetics to the point that like it awakened something in me I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
But now I have to keep that hidden.
Mm-hmm,
I like that. Vat grown, so that you could actually use these mechs before the taco.
Sure.
Okay, so you like, and then all of a sudden. Okay, but here's the question: did the taco make you a better mech pilot because you had easier access to your emotion?
I would say yes. What if you're a terrible mech pilot?
Right.
Terrible.
You
Like,
can
the worst.
use it, which is better than like most other people.
Right. Like
And
maybe
then
I'm
one
like
day-
one of only a handful of the vat grown people that I was like an experiment,
Yeah.
and they accepted it because they were like, okay, well at least this person can like make them
Move a leg.
move. Right.
Yeah. And then one day you came in, they're like, is that a double axle? Hold on. We knew the training would work. Congratulations.
I know I've never been able, like up until the taco, I've never been able to do like the Voltron forming and stuff. That's for sure. So.
Okay. All right. So we got you two, Mick and John. Any thoughts?
I'm thinking.
I can do the weary mechanic.
Okay. So Mick, you are the weary mechanic. So you have all that access to just like, the upkeep and
I'm corporate inheritor. I am. I'm there because the corporation requires me to be there. Is next in line to become CEO of Megahard.
corporation.
You're
next.
inheritor of Megahard.
I am the inheritor of Megahard. So I've been sent down to, as a representative, of corporate interests, and then ate a taco. And
It enlightened you.
it enlightened me. I mean, I thought I already lived in the lap of luxury, but like, what is this beautiful, simple thing? It's amazing.
Right? The simplicity.
That and the mechs, the simplicity. It's not even covered in gold, but what if you did cover it in gold? New idea.
Are you
Mass production
actually?
immediately.
Are you actually like a traitor to the group because you're aiming to get this thing so that you can capitalize on it?
Ooh.
We'll see.
Probably 50-50. I mean, it's like in who was that in Evangelion who was looking to sabotage? Oh God, it's been a while since I've seen the series, but there was one of the mech pilots who was she was very talented, but she also was, or was it Kenji who was like, because he was like, no, I don't want to do this, and so like he sometimes would fuck it up. You wouldn't want to fuck up these missions. You want those tacos. We want what they have so that we can
Well,
market
like
it.
good quality tacos.
Quality tacos.
Yeah.
For
So
the masses.
then now we go to like, oh crap, I should have sent this. We go to creating your actual characters. Forgive me, I actually forgot to send the character sheets. I'm gonna do that now. Essentially, if you go to page 117, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like character archetypes. And once I send those sheets, I'll like go more into them. But essentially, each has some like just like familiar with like magical girls. So there's like the Enigma. That's the one who is like, if you've seen like Sailor Moon, think tuxedo mask. Like the mask, like no one knows you. You just kind of like show up, do your thing, and then you go pew, and then you're gone.
Ooh, I love that.
The Guardian, that's all about like, just like tanking and protecting your friends and like hit me instead, you evil taco. Harmony, which Steph, that makes me think of you, is all about like connecting people, and they also like have like they have a connection to themselves, and they can have an easier time connecting with others. the outsider, which I think is all about like, you're from somewhere else, and so you kind of come in, you have like what is it? Oh, our arch rival, and most of your abilities are based off of like this rival stuff and rivalry, and you're also good at like hitting things somehow. The stranger, which is good at like investigating because they're also from the outside, and so they're just like figuring things out. The time traveler, who's actually like done this before, and so they have seen how things have failed, and they are going back in time to try to change the future, change the past, so like the tacos don't win. And then the unlikely hero, which is possibly my favorite, because as magical girls, you all have the power to like turn into a magical girl, to transcend. The unlikely hero cannot. They're literally just like a bloke. They're just Philip. They just exist, and they're like friends with magical girls, and they can only unlock their magical girl power when they like sacrifice themselves to save one of their friends. Then they become the real hero that they were meant to be.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's great. That's so
Cannot
great.
transcend. You can't have special armor. Ooh.
Like, it's so, everyone's like, you're magical, you can like do this. They're like, you can eat cheeseburgers. Upload.
Okay.
I'm just gonna upload the folder. That makes more sense. Support materials.
I feel like the outsider makes sense for my character because I was literally grown in a vat as opposed to other people who were born.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I like the Enigma. That's the one that I'm kind of drawn to. But that's just me. Plus, in Sailor Moon, I do like the masked dude that just like shows up whenever.
And like no one knows who it is because he has like that one little mask, even though he doesn't change his voice. Or how does? Okay, is it this? Jumpstart. Like playbooks. Okay. So, super apologies.
Nope, you're fired.
Yeah, it's probably deserved.
Done with you. Absolutely done with you.
So here is the link.
I found this, Chaz. I don't know if that's it.
Huh. Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm sharing.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm somewhere between Stranger and Unlikely Hero. Stranger's kind of fun. It's cold. I like that. Mega hard corporation.
I feel like somebody should be the Unlikely Hero.
We thank you for your service. Together we're family. Please enjoy this pizza.
I feel like it's Together We're Unit. Like
Together We're Unit.
Yeah, it's not even family. They don't even like use the word anymore because family is emotional.
Yeah.
Please enjoy this allocation of pizza. The corporation loves you.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Remember, poets are lying to you.
Alright, I'm a mask. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Enigma. I like it.
Yeah, I like Harmony too, for me.
Yeah.
I need access. I will send access.
Go to the Gmails. John, did you send the request?
I did.
Why is my mail not letting me know that?
Whatever Chaz is over there, like, deny.
Yeah, it's like, you're one of those corporate shills. No.
Here we go.
No more wasting time with your friends or feelings. Yeah.
So Mick got you, and John got you.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Okay. So because I don't want to go over 2, essentially, I'll let you all kind of like work through this. They seem to be. Let me see. Pretty simple in the creation. These PDFs are not editable, I don't think. And I tried to find a workaround and was unsuccessful so far.
Sure.
But essentially, like, you make your names, and then you have to make a promise to another character. That's kind of like one of the ways you like gain XP. So for the Enigma, like a secretive promise, I won't reveal who that Jeremy is a time traveler or something, and so that's where the building things together matters.
Okay.
Clips, gather information. Do you really only start with that's rough?
How many that grown siblings did I have before I was created?
Before you were created?
Yeah.
So we'll say they do 20 every 6. What used to be 6 months.
Am I in the first batch? Am I in the second batch?
You would be the most recent batch, which is like batch 6. Out of the 22 tend to survive, and then out of the 2, you're the first one to actually be able to move the mechs.
Okay, so my name is MH6 for batch 6.
Batch 6.
17.
Nice.
Mega hard. Mega hard. Mega hard corporation bringing tubes to you. Do you like ducts?
Ducts.
Yeah. Yep. That's a Brazil reference there.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so there is a thing.
I love things.
A character creation thing. Great. So y'all have your backgrounds. We don't have to do with that. So then you're going to detail your obligations now.
Okay.
Write down your group's shared obligation in the playbook and add a detail that's specific to your character. For example, if protagonists are all at high school, maybe one of you is class president and another might be a teacher or a janitor.
So we're all on this ship.
Yes. So this is less important for this one because like your obligations are kind of given to you. You're on the ship. You're all pilots of this thing.
But is there like another job that we're forced to do? Because we couldn't have downtime. So like on days we're not out fighting the Leviathans, are we like scrubbing toilets? Are we like file clerks?
We're on the torpedoes and we're doing.
They would likely have you in the military doing something like Mick is a mechanic. Like that's what they are, just straight up.
Okay.
So like they're mechanic / pilot. Our
Stephanie's
ex-con.
in HR.
Our ex-con might be just like maybe you're not an ex-con. Maybe you're pilot jail. But the fact that your pilot gives you a little bit of extra leeway, so like you can leave if you so choose, but like that's so they can keep an eye on you. John,
Yeah.
we know John's job. John is up in the CEO towers, mega hard,
Mega hard.
plan to take over.
We have to develop better mechs than our competitors.
Mhm.
Y and or Z. Z.
Yeah.
You know, they came after Y. The big corporate merger, so they called themselves Z. We've got to do
All right.
better than Z.
So I think I am, obviously, since I'm owned by the military,
Yeah, they would have you. They would be training you.
right? When I'm not training, I'm on communications. Like I listen
Okay.
to
The
things,
tacos.
right?
Have we deciphered their language yet, or are you still just like
Maybe that's part of what the communications is deciphering that language.
okay?
Yeah, deadline is yesterday.
Alu, what are
She's like the counselor.
no?
She's counselor A779, and I'm here to.
We wouldn't have counselors.
Well,
That
they would
would
have to be called
require-
something else. Like, here's how you control your emotions.
Right.
Okay, so,
Human
yeah.
resources.
Dampener.
So that
You're
we,
the emotional
so that-
dampener.
Ooh.
Well, based on what we talked about, like people don't even know how to control their emotions. So at this point,
Yes.
it's not so much emotional damper as it is like hunting people who display even the smallest hint of emotion and throwing them in the slammer.
Yeah, but
That's-
she also has a good heart, so she tries to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's like a deprogrammer. Maybe it's like a, like an auditor in Scientology.
So-
oh my God.
Maybe that's why
Um,
I've been in jail so many times.
So then we'll say the official title is for you, or the official like description is for you to find emotions, whatever
Yeah.
remnants of it that it is, and snuff it out. But
Yep.
then you,
Yes.
as a person, are like, I mean, you didn't mean to like grimace.
Yeah.
You're probably fine
You're fine, right? Nodding.
you're-
Yeah,
yeah.
good job.
because, like I said,
I
this
feel
is
like
about
you
like
know me well. You're gonna know me really
Yes.
well.
And maybe it's my promise to get you to be more optimistic. Like, we can do this. Where I
I wanna
like this. I'm going to
snuggle
call it
things.
an auditor, just because it's really creepy.
Yeah,
I'm an
that's super
auditor.
creepy.
That's a
And
good one.
An emotion auditor.
and Mick is mechanic, and so that like kind of gets them. And so we all have our obligations.
Oh, those are our roles.
They're like connected. And like I said, like the obligation part of the character creation. Oh, I should say I'm on page 111 right now, by the way. Obligations is more for like the Sailor Moon one, where you're like, where are we all? So we all have to be at school, or we all have to go to work. Whereas this one, like the obligation part is very much set in stone. You all have to be mech pilots. That's the whole thing. But your role outside of that is, future CEO communications.
I think I want to do cargo, like bringing things in, but often like sometimes there's like stuff that they don't want to have brought in, but I bring it in anyway. Then I end up in jail because I showed emotion, and then I'm back to it.
Okay, so if we're gonna do that, they have put your name up for execution a few times, and the only reason they haven't is because you're one of 5 people who can like pilot these mechs. Something like
Yep.
Dang it, Johnson,
like
you can't do it.
I
We
like
do
it.
need to keep up our execution quotas though, because the pink slurry requires 5%.
Okay, so we have our things. We're going to go to your assigned action ratings.
Okay.
So in the playbooks, the classes essentially that you all have, somewhere in there they have 117.
117.
So for the Enigma, for example, on page 120, there is starting actions, which has 1 dot in express and 1 dot in conceal. That's your like assigned action. Essentially, that's the dots, the number of die you roll for a thing. So if Adela, you want to like conceal the fact that you're fucking like smuggling shit, you would roll 1d6 because you have 1 dot in the things. Each of your classes
Okay.
has one of those, but if I'm not mistaken, Yep, you choose a third action and increase its rating to 1. This could be an action in line with your playbook's role or something more idiosyncratic to your character. And then descriptions
Ooh.
of the actions can be found on page 32. I can also give you a quick rundown of each because I've read them multiple times trying to understand what they are.
So
Something to prove, jaded, reckless, pathetic.
so under Sun, Moon, and Stars, we already have 2 that have been assigned to us for the class.
Yes.
And then we're going to pick one of those 9 to
Yeah,
increase
just
the
anyone.
as well.
So you are the stranger, right, John?
Mhm. Yes.
Time traveler. Unlikely he's too far.
So I've got Analyze and Conceal.
Right. So then
So
you could put 2 in Analyze if you wanted, or you could put something in Express or
What is Flow?
Flow is kind of about movement is usually. And so if you're flying through a whole bunch of asteroids, that would be flow. Let me see the exact definition because that one was a little weird. When you flow, you move with grace and adapt to your circumstances. You might leap across the gap to reach safety. You might act in accordance with others' expectations. So I guess it's more about adapting.
We'll just go Stars heavy. Let's just use some Flow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And as we're talking about these things, the Sun, Moon, and Stars, that's kind of your defensive things. So Sun is about violence, Moon is heartache, and Stars is social stuff. And so if John, you make a faux pas at the big party, and your social status is in jeopardy, I would have you roll Stars, which would take a number of dots in your star thing, but only the first column. So because you have 1 in Flow, 1 in Analyze, and 1 the other one, you would roll 3. Whereas if it was a Moon thing, you don't have any dots in there, so you would roll 0, which is technically roll 2 and take the lower of the 2.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, so I'll be Stars. Stars heavy here.
Okay. Anyone else have questions about?
Do we need to choose? Well, maybe I'm getting ahead, but the abilities underneath your class header, there's a whole bunch of empty dots. We choose one of those, or are all those active?
If I know what you're talking about, you choose. I think you have one given to you innately, and then you choose one. You have a list of special abilities and separate list of transcendent abilities that only are available when your character has transcended into their magical form. Each playbook starts with 1 special ability listed at the top of the page. Choose 1 additional special ability and then 1 transcendent ability.
Okay.
So you choose 1 ability inclusive of the one that does not have a dot, and then 1 transcendent.
Yes. So for you, Strange to Kindness, you have that. There's nothing you can do to take that away. You have that. And then you would choose another special ability, and then down on page 137 begins transcendent abilities. Those you would choose one of those as well, but you only have access to that when you transcend or when you become magical John.
Magical. Wow, you can. Okay, yeah, Ex Machina is amazing.
When you push yourself, choose one of the following additional benefits. Compel non-human things around you to hinder or distract your foes. You compel the environment's change itself to suit your needs.
Love it. You will do as I say. Oh my god, so good.
Any questions / if you are done, would you please share with everybody what you've done just so it can make promises easier at the end of this?
I took Analyze as my extra dot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Defy and Express as my starters. As the outsider, I have Something to Prove is my starting thing. And then I took Pathetic, which when I gather info, I can ask, where's my rival and what are they doing for free? If they're about to suffer from fatal harm or fall into eclipse, I can choose to be there and protect them regardless of circumstances. And my Transcendent is Relentless. While Transcended, each other protagonist counts as my rival.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Oh my god.
Who's next?
I don't have mine.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I don't have mine either. I'm still looking.
Okay, so I'll go. 'Cause I think I'm done. Question mark. Stranger. Stranger kindness cannot make a connection or help a friend recover in downtime. Boo. You guys do it yourselves. It's the mega hard way. Let's see here. When you roll an obligation, always roll stars, which I am full of. When you investigate, take
Really
plus 1d. And I went with no sleep because every good corporate CEO never sleeps. During each downtime phase, you get 2 ticks to distribute among any long-term project clocks.
Damn.
Not sure what that means, but whenever you complete a project, mark XP. And then I took under stars flow, so that I can be full of stars. And then transcendent is ex machina. When you push yourself, choose one of the following additional benefits. You compel non-human things around you to hinder or distract your foes, or you compel the environment to change itself to suit your needs because I'm in charge. I'm the boss.
Also, this is not necessarily something that you need to do now, but something that I would like you to do before next week. Because I think of this like Sailor Moon and Madoka, where like you gain like magical powers. Think of like how you exist when you're in your magical form. To like, do you actually change to get the sailor suit on? Can you like shoot fire out of your eyes, which is irrelevant because you're in a mech, but like still you can do it. That's something to like think about like for later.
Okay. I feel like it's hard to decide on these. But like
Also,
for mine, or
quick
go ahead.
question. So we're aiming to end at 2, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened?
I'm just trying to remember we go 12 to 2 on Wednesdays.
2? Okay.
I mean, I might be able to stretch to 30, depending, but like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure like how much I can explain today. So like we're going to 2. Like we'll definitely be able to get through characters and then be able to begin the next part. And whatever we don't get through, I'll just like fill it.
Sweet.
Okay, well, mine, I think I'm going to be in the sun. I don't know. And then I guess I get to wear a mask when I transcend.
Yours is going to be weird because this was very much built for like some of the other ones where you're like on foot, because your like given ability is when you transcend, no one knows it's you, but you're piloting the mech.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe people think you like black out, and like when you black out, you become like really good, but they don't think it's actually you because you're too nice or something.
It's like Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Like people are like, "Oh, Adela's just blacked out again." Whenever she does that double twist spin attack, she can't do that. She just like blacks out.
It's just great when she blacks out.
Right? Maybe if we like scare her enough, we could win this battle.
And like,
you're like those goats that I can't think of what they're called. The goats that
Fainting goats. Yeah.
Yeah, fainting goats. Thank you.
So then, Adela, you have you have 2, 1 in defy, 1 in perceive. What's your other ability?
I'm trying to search again. Sorry.
No worries.
Like, where am I finding that?
Are you on the? Maybe I should open that up so I can see what y'all are looking at.
Well, I'm not filling it out because it's showing up as like a big gobbledygook thing. So, I'm not like filling in the dots, but I figured I would probably roll for sun stuff, and then if I'm picking out the enigma things, I mean, I like the idea of working from the shadows, but I don't know if that'll really work so well.
Okay, so then if you're rolling for sun stuff, are you taking a dot in defy, empathize, or are you putting another dot in express?
I'm going to defy.
Okay. So you have a dot in defy, a dot in express, and a dot in conceal.
Mm-hmm.
You naturally have behind the mask, and then you can pick 1 from working, phantom, yada yada, and then 1 from the big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
When you transcend, you may choose to immediately disappear.
I like that.
That could be cool if you're. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like when you transcend, you don't put on a mask. Your robot disappears and comes back with like a little like mask on, and people are like, "That's a completely different fucking robot.
Who is that?
Which robot is that? Who is this mystery other robot?"
I like it. Just make it super confusing. I mean, there's this whole 2 steps ahead. 2 times per mission, you
can assist a teammate
without spending stress.
I
like
to
that.
Be stressed.
I know.
But remember, you can have the big reveal and 2 steps ahead.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
I am hoping that they come out with their form fillable sheets soon. I was checking and it says on Backer Kit they said like 7 months ago that they'd be working on them when production wraps up, and the book just came out like a few weeks ago, so hopefully soon.
Because like this would be like great, but it's so there's enough that a form fillable for this would be just great,
right? Because a lot of it's just like click and fill in the dot.
Yeah, click this button. Now you have this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I figured I was just going to print it out and write it in.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were like. They were like, yeah, bring pencils and stuff. And
because people still do that, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that does bring up a point. Do you want a VTT? Like, are we going to need a battle map and stuff? Or do you feel like this is going to be all theater of the mind?
Theater of the mind stuff. There's no, like... I only really like VTTs for games like D&D where there's, like, range and stuff.
Yeah.
This is just like, I want to make my mech and go over there. And I'm like, that's 200 light years. You're like, yep, I'm going to roll Defy to get across 200 light years. Like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Perfect.
I want to defy the laws.
Now that I know that.
I must get tacos from Nana's. Well, you're 200 light years away.
Right.
Yeah.
You can defy the laws of physics. You can flow to get there. Like, by the time like we get to episode 4, we'll figure out how all the mechanics work.
Right. Just in time to end.
Yep.
Sounds about right. I mean, I already know how this is going to wrap up. I know how we're going to defeat the Leviathans.
Eating the tacos?
By giving them tacos and then convincing them to take down capitalism.
Do you understand why we do what we do? Have this taco.
Yes, we are siding with the Destroyer of Worlds. Excellent.
amazing.
Abilities. Uh, the next step, 'cause I know Steph and Mick are still picking their specific things, but the next step that we can start working on is creating secondary characters. Make up to 2 secondary characters that are connected to yours.
Oh,
These could be family members, friends, yada yada yada. If you're stuck for ideas, it can be helpful to think about questions you've already answered as a group, your obligations, mundane world, etc.
I
It's
thought
also
this was
a good idea
like
to-
I thought this was totally going to be like DC's Dungeon Crawl Classics, where you make backup characters for when your first character dies. You...
I thought this too. I was like,
Right.
dang, y'all are not taking.
Yep, I played that while I
Wow.
was in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
and DCC was wild. Yeah, I went through 4 characters in the first hour. Just
Oh my, the first hour.
first hour. Just
Well, you start
like,
with like 1 hit point and and like no armor class, so yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
But Dr. Beetroot, he survived, and he's level 1, level 1 cleric. Dr. Beetroot. That's right.
I like it. That totally sounds like an anime character, by the way.
Yeah. He was a bit of an anime character. All right.
All right,
Oh,
so we
man.
need the classic sidekicks then.
Sidekicks, like
Sidekick.
John, it could be
Dad,
the pop.
the
One could be
CEO.
Pops. One could be Pops, the CEO. One could be the CEO of Zed.
Oh my God, the CEO is Zed. Oh no.
That's a
Yes.
secondary character that like I can make great use of. CEO of
Yeah, of Zed.
I like that. That's awesome.
What are these
Yep.
called again? These are
secondary characters.
Secondary characters.
thanks.
We put those on your sheets. Hold on.
Mm. I think it'd be cool to have a revolutionist that keeps like feeding me, not physically feeding me, but like information and or like giving me things that I can hustle. So like some kind of crazy revolutionist, but like the revolutionist is squarely like hippie, anti-vaxxer mom or something weird.
Revolutionist, information, hippie, anti-vax mom.
Mm-hmm. Like really earthy, walks in bare feet.
Where does this
Like-
person?
That's her name.
live?
Underground.
I thought we're in space.
Oh, like a moon. Like on some
Okay.
kind of random moon, but underground.
So she is on a moon underground, and so okay.
What's
Like she made herself like an Earth ship, but she fashioned it after like the New Mexico Earth ships. So it's all like really wild and funky.
So she's
And there's like
colonies most wanted.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
what's the moon that they think actually has water on it?
The one from Saturn,
Io?
is it?
Is it Io?
No. Io.
It's
I
Io's
think
on-
so.
Io.
We'll say for
Is it-
yeah.
Is that Jupiter or is that Neptune?
I don't
I
remember
think
which one it is.
I want to say
Saturn.
it's Jupiter, but
Io is one of the ones that we're really looking at pretty heavily.
yeah.
Jupiter.
Hmm.
Is the innermost and third largest of the 4 Galilean moons of the planet Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
she
where.
she has a weird hippie, like she found a book and it like was how to build an Earth ship, but it was like from the 1970s, and so there's like weird illustrations, and then she tried to like replicate as much as she could because she was like, this is genius, this is amazing, and so she's just kind of like crazy.
I feel like her
about it.
name is Walks with Bare Feet.
Walks with bare feet.
Like she was
Yeah.
given a name when she was born, but that's like her awakened name or something.
Uh-huh.
Her anti-corporate name.
Yes, I love that, but her real name's like Cindy.
Right. Karen.
Uh-huh.
Aaron.
Yep.
Any other second?
Oh my god.
What is the ship's computer's name? Or is it just computer?
So we haven't come to that yet.
Well, I'm just because that's going to be one of my friends.
Yeah, ship's computer.
Mhm.
I had a very lonely childhood.
How about I say ship computer, and then we can come up with a name.
Okay.
So ship computer is one of your friends.
And who's like the person who like cleans out the vats where they grow us? Not even like the ship janitor, but like the guy who gets to scrub the goop out of like the vats. That guy.
Like the caretaker. The caretaker.
Right.
Probably like a Roomba.
So it's not
Like
even a
Donald
person.
Roomba?
It's like a. It's like a.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Roomba.
Roomba. Okay.
Roomba, yeah.
Okay, so we got.
Maybe like Ronald the Roomba or Richard the Roomba.
Jeremy, you can name.
I wouldn't give it a name until after Taco. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's definitely like timelines. Like there was pre Taco and after Taco. So.
And you can order. You could probably order goods through the Roomba. You know, if you were to just.
This is from the future.
Take advantage. Yeah, take advantage of the 15% off sale we have going on this month.
Adela, John, you have
All
secondary characters.
Mm.
As if I'm Harmony, it says that I am in a relationship.
Yes.
2 people. Does that need to be one of my secondary characters?
It could be one of the secondary characters. It could be another player character. It could be just like you have this like dual personality where you're in a relationship with yourself.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wow.
Because for one of my secondary characters, I was thinking of there's no safe space for my character to unload. So maybe she has an AI that goes with her everywhere.
Yeah.
And she can only talk to her AI about, okay, today I had feelings.
What is it? Good help or whatever it's called?
Something like that can sit there and be like, there, you are doing
Better
great.
Help Online. Better Help Online AI.
And so
like Chat GPT kind of.
yes,
Right.
but more advanced.
Yeah, that
like
hasn't been
more
going well, by
emotional.
the way, because they're trying to do
tried it.
therapy sessions with AI, and like
And it's
apparently
really
some of
biased.
them went really, really badly. Like, yeah, you're right, your life does kind of suck. You should kill yourself. Like,
Oh my
I
god.
don't want AI. No.
Your
That's
AI is slightly
terrible.
more evolved than that.
Okay, good. And then I was also thinking of, maybe she has
Slightly.
a family member, like a twin who's super logical or something that.
A twin who's like following the path prescribed.
Yes. So she has to, but maybe she can bounce ideas off her and she'll give her the logical. Like, think more logically, Alluvial.
Okay. Super logical twin.
Yeah.
When Alu came from the D&D, the personality was split.
That's right. Ooh, I like that. Perfect. And then I'll think
Wow,
about the
for
harmony
me,
piece too.
John, do you have another secondary character?
Oh, besides CEO of Mega Hard and CEO of
Okay,
Zed.
both CEOs. CEO from Mega
yeah,
Hard,
we're
which
gonna
is Pops, and then CEO of. Okay, so then you got your 2. You're good. Mick, how we doing?
I think maybe like an assistant or something.
Okay, assistant mechanic.
Yeah.
Do you like this assistant, or are you just like kind of meh about this mechanic?
Just kind of meh.
Okay. Assistant mechanic with like a meh thing. Like they're there, they do their job. And then we need one more from you, Mick, and one more from you, Adela.
I'm thinking like a nutritionalist kind of that's making like the pink goop. So like
Pink. Goop.
yeah, just barely keeping people alive. You get what you get. But I'm like a nutritionalist that keeps flirting with like I found a weird old book of like grown things, and it's like so foreign to me. I've never seen anything grown. Super weird, but
except for me.
except for well, I mean like that kind of grown is
Right.
fine, but yeah, so I'm like a weird like nutritionalist for the crew.
Okay. So we got that. Mick, you got your number 2?
Maybe like a robot or something that I've built in my spare time.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Built robot with AI.
Sure.
AI learning things. Okay.
Ooh, then my AI can get in fights with his AI.
Ooh, yeah.
See, got that. So names I can let y'all do on yourselves. We've kind of introduced our characters. Promises. This is the last thing for character creation. After you write a promise on your sheet for each of the prompts. These promises will each include one of the other protagonists in some way, and you'll earn XP during play by working towards keeping that promise. Players should share the promise just so like it's easier to understand, specifically like especially because of how like limited time we have. If your promise is to like protect John's secret, like let John know so that like as we're playing, it's easier for you to
Sure.
protect John's secret.
I have no secrets, only profits.
So let's see. So like for example, the what are you? The Enigma, you have to make the secretive promise and an intimate promise.
Mm.
The Harmony, you got to make a shared promise and then 2 conflicting promises.
Oh.
Oh.
Out of curiosity, where? Oh, never mind. Found it.
Outside, yep, a promise to your rival and a competitive promise. Let's see, the Stranger, you got a promise of growth and a misguided promise.
My promise. Oh, John, what's your character's name?
The naming conventions is a little confusing because like there's mundane name is a confusing name, a model name, and then true name is an alien name or an unnerving name.
So mundane name is the name of like you, and then your true name is the name of you as a magical girl.
But what is well, magical girl is girl boss CEO.
Yeah.
She goes into girl boss CEO mode. But the mundane name,
It's like Jenny.
gotta be like girl boss CEO. I don't know. What are some like corporate?
So girl boss CEO.
Anderson.
Right. So
Yeah.
girl boss CEO. My promise to you is I will be there to see you fall.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's my rival.
My misguided promise to you is that you'll be able to go join society when this is all done.
Oh, gross.
I know, right? You will be integrated as the first batch of fully formed.
You will be
fully
integrated.
formed. Yeah, you'll be integrated. I mean, that'll never happen, obviously, but it's a promise. What was your name?
MH617.
MH.
617.
Because I was made by the Mega Hard Corporation.
Will be integrated.
Oh my god.
Into a working society upon mission completion. We probably will, though, however, dissect you. Or something, I don't know. I won't be in charge of that. It's fine.
Who else has promises ready to be made?
I mean, yeah, secretive and an intimate, huh?
So, just checking in. It is 2:00.
I'm still good because the baby's still asleep. So that's
okay.
I'm there for a few minutes, yeah.
Because like after we finish that, we have a few questions. We also do have the engines, which don't really take a lot, but you do have to assign it 1 virtue and 1 impulse.
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll go until people have to leave. Should not be more than like another 30 minutes, but yeah.
Mick, what's your character's name? I'm gonna give you a promise.
I have not come up with the name yet.
I'll just put Mick. Will be promoted to Chief Technology Officer. That's a promise of growth. So you will be promoted to Chief Technology Officer when I become CEO.
For
Okay,
Adela's.
Chaz.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I have two conflicting promises, Chaz. One is that I'm going to save my crew from the oppression of emotional regulation, but also helping them to hide it.
Nice.
Like, you can use this, but you have to hide it.
I like it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Adela,
And
do you
then
know what your character's name is?
I think my mundane name is going to be Debbie.
Okay.
Debbie.
And as far as promises, I think I want to be able to find like a safe space for people to have their emotions.
Ooh,
And the
can
ticket.
I share that
yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah, let's share that one. I think the ticket is going to be our weird anti-vaxxer friend, maybe. But where do we have a safe place to be able to have emotions, which are going to look all weird, like maybe people screaming in a circle or something because nobody knows.
Which one is that? The secret? That's the secret promise, right?
And then I don't know. I don't know. What if I just promised to protect, like,
The intimate promise. So the intimate promise is more so about like, because since the enigma is all about like you hiding, even your friends don't know who this like mystery robot is. It's much more like letting someone in. Who would you like to let into your like secretive world of like maybe you tell someone else about your like weird barefoot friend on IO or something.
I feel like in this situation, it probably would be Stephanie's character, just because they both are kind of dealing with, like it's about emotion and expressing that emotion
Ooh, I like that.
safely. So I think that's either something like that or helping, just everybody experience the taco the best way that they can. Bring that extra salsa.
It's funny that you mentioned that because my competitive promise is to you that I will invent a tastier taco.
Challenge.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
And whenever I say that, it's like one of those moments where like I become a chibi version of me, and I'm very like excessive in my emotions.
Yeah, I love it.
My eyes turn into tacos.
Oh my god.
I feel like part of this is like protecting Nana at all costs. So I don't know if that should be.
I'm coming for her like immediately.
Right.
Immediately.
Or like at least protecting her works, even
her
if she's
legacy.
Out. Her legacy. Yeah, maybe that should be it. Protected Anna's legacy.
I think I need to be in Musk.
Huh?
I think I need to be in the Musk family, so I'll be Serafina Musk.
Serafina Musk.
Oh.
The 14th.
Not Elenina.
No, it's Serafina.
Serafina.
Any questions or updates about character creation?
I think I've got it.
So in the interest of time, I'm gonna like start introducing the next things. These are less questions, just more like us coming to like a unified thing. So back on page 184, how do they keep us in line? Essentially, y'all control these mega things. Why can't y'all just leave?
Where would we go?
Yeah, there it is.
I
Can't
mean,
leave
Mhm.
because there's no place to go.
Yeah.
like the mechs can only travel so far, and without a place to go, all we have is the oppressive world we come from.
Don't you go with the woman on Io?
Right. And you know, that'll be fine for a little while until they find us.
So like
Right.
the more people are there, okay. So like there's no
Yeah.
place to safely go and survive. What's your reputation?
Mm,
As a group or individually?
As a group?
We
I
are
feel
the
like we have a good
saviors of the damn world. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we're the hope of the world, but they can't
Yep.
feel hope, so they're just like, whatever.
Mm,
we seem like
I
kind
think-
of an odd bunch too, which I
Right.
like.
I
Do
think
people
the
even-
tales of tacos probably been told, and because we're associated with the tales of the tacos, people
Oh
are
wait,
like really.
y'all are associated with the Tale of the Tacos?
I believe so.
Well, I think I feel like Debbie is for sure because she was out picketing for flavor, and that's what
That
got
makes
her
sense.
arrested.
But like, is everyone associated or just Debbie?
I feel like there might be association by what's
Just
it
so
called?
we're live.
Right, like we all know each other,
Association.
so
Yeah.
our reputation is tainted because Debbie's on our team.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay, Debbie. You're part
They
of the
have
team.
put the future of our world in those taco
Sure.
lovers' hands.
Like tacos, what a dumb thing. But they don't know how dumb. Like they think it's dumb because they don't understand flavor. They don't understand.
Right.
We know. It's
It's
the
not-
key.
It's not even necessarily. I feel like tacos is like the metaphor here, but
Yeah, but, like,
it's feeling. It's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Like feelings, culture, emotion, all that's been stripped away. Y'all have an inkling what it looked like,
Right.
but because it's so foreign, people are like those heathens.
Mm-hmm. They have no
Tasty, yummy heathens.
idea.
All right, so now the ship. Here's where I got confused. The
'Kay.
flagship. What's the name of the flagship? What's its history? Is it like a floating fortress, a top of the line ship, a former civilian vessel, a swarm of smaller ships? What is this flagship?
These are our mechs, the flagship, or
No.
like what we live on?
Flagships are like essentially like you, because it's such a space thing, you do have a flagship, even though you do have your like home cemented in
Yeah.
space thing. But what is the history, the name of the flagship, the history of the flagship? Does it even matter at this point, or is it just like its purpose to get us from here
Yeah.
to that moon and back?
I feel like it should be something cold, like Citadel or something.
Uh-huh.
That's-
Just
Mhm,
because it's not like, you know, stuff like Enterprise and words like that
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like emotional connotations. Where
You
Citadel is
all
just,
emotion,
right.
no
It's a
flavor
great
down.
What's
Flagship
that?
14.
Flagship 14. That's great.
I like it. Yeah, maybe there were 13 before
Yeah.
that failed, and
Uh-huh.
Like
And
the
this is just number-
Leviathans have like destroyed 13 of these flagships so far.
Ship
Yeah.
XIV.
Mhm.
nice. Ooh, I like it.
Okay.
And there's a gigantic mega hard logo on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega
Yeah.
hard.
And there's
We
like
go hard for
the-
you.
Right,
yeah. And then there's like the universal drink made by Mega Hard.
right.
You know,
It's
like
just
what
like-
Rondo would be, but it would
Right. It's what plants crave.
Hard apple. Hard ginger.
This is just this
We
is
go
idiocracy of the future. Like they didn't
Yes.
learn to actually keep plants alive, and so
Mhm.
Hard plant
Yeah.
drink.
Yes. It'd be like hard green and then like a picture of a leaf, but no one knows what a leaf is.
right.
You know.
Hard
It's
green.
just an emoji.
Oh, no.
Okay, flagship is the pilot's mobile base of operation. It carries the
Yeah.
engine's house, the pilot's and its own crew, and can be upgraded to include a few useful facilities. Flagship upgrades are unlocked by completing long-term projects, yada yada yada. That's what the flagship is.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's got like a TCBY in it, but it's like, you know, meat. You know, like
It's-
you pull the lever and you
it's
get meat,
Smeat.
and then there's like
pink
green,
for
Right.
and there's green, and then there's the pink. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what you eat.
Like I just keep thinking of the Matrix. I have to eat the same goddamn goop every day.
Yes.
You get all 87 hard minerals. Go hard.
Go hard.
So hard. Oh my god.
Next
Together we're mega.
Next thing, the engines. The engines are semi-sentient combat mechs, each unique from others. So quick thing about the engines, yada yada. Engines are alive and have identities, memories, and emotions of their own. They're not simply machines. They respond to pilots' inputs. They are living beings. The pilots must build relationships with these engines and earn their trust. Someone is getting an emo as fuck engine. I'm telling you that right now.
I feel like it
Engine
should
matter.
be me, because if I'm the one who is built to not have emotions,
Uh-huh.
getting an emo one is just, or a super happy. Like,
Yeah, you're getting one that's like, oh my gosh, how are you doing today, Emma? You're
Okay.
like, oh my gosh, shut
That's
up,
fair.
it's too early for this.
I
So
love
each
that.
engine is given one virtue when it's created. When a pilot's actions align with engine's virtue, the engines provide a bonus die. Each engine is also given one impulse when created. When a pilot's actions align with the engine's impulse, or they accept a poison promise based on the impulse, they mark XP, and that action does not deplete their transcendence track. So essentially, your engine will have like one of these virtues or something along the line. So elegant, fierce, clever, powerful, bright, wise, brave, serene. It will also have one of these bad impulses. So curse, imperious, sentimental, lost, tormented, wary, lonely, ancient, principles haunted, wounded, unfinished, morbid, calculating, feral, or hungry.
Oh my god.
You also have a secondary hidden impulse that I, as the director, can like be like, your engine is now hungry and wants to eat this planet. Do you accept it for a one-time bonus die or something?
Yes.
So, what I want to at
What
least get
page?
through,
What page is this?
187.
Okay. Whew.
what were you saying, Chess? What you want to do is what?
I want to
What,
at
what?
least get through this. We have that.
Okay.
So we not because like these engines, because they're not like blocky, they're not like reproduced. In fact, they're not reproducible. Like one of the next questions in the like building of the thing is like, why can't we build more engines? What do the engines yearn for? What names are they given, and how do our transcendences affect them? For that one, Adela, I do love the idea of your engine just disappearing and then coming back with a mask, and no one having a fucking clue where this like random sixth engine came from. They're like, the fuck,
Yeah.
who are you?
Right.
Answer. You're like, just go.
I mean, when we do, well, I was gonna say, could we like with our transcendence, could that be our Voltron form? But I mean, if there's rules for that as well, like
There's not rules for the Voltron form. There is a thing where you all can work as a group, and the person who's leading, they roll. I think everyone rolls their die. So if you're doing like a defy maneuver, and you're like, I want all of us to defy, then you all roll that number of die. I take the highest, and if you fail, then the person leading takes the stress. As far as I'm concerned, you just all like fuse the thing while you're transcended. You have one leader, and you just do that whole like we all roll together thing. That makes sense to me.
I think it should be laid out the way it is on screen. I think it's the same for everyone. So Mick's going to be the body. I am the... Depends on if you're looking out this way, or I would be the left leg. John would be the right leg. Adela,
Right.
you're the right arm. And Stephanie,
That's
you're the
amazing.
left arm.
I love it.
And then you all like kind of Megazord go to the head.
Right.
You're like, attack, right arm.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
So then yeah, like what? So the who is your individual mechs? What do they look like? Which is for a later thing, but like who are they? Like what are their impulses? Do you have a elegant but lonely mech?
I have a fierce mech, but also kind of morbid.
I'll go with bright.
Girl boss CEO.
Yeah, there we go. That looked like it worked.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
There you go.
Just popping up the X's.
There you go. There's Girl Boss CEO, and I had to go with Funk instead of Musk, so like it's
Oh,
close.
that's awesome.
It's close.
Serafina Funk 10th.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Because it's an
Wow.
X, but it's the 10th.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All of them after that were just X.
Yep. They're all X. There's been a long line of us, but we've just been the 10th because
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
Dad Boss CEO is for many generations has been very interested in just continuing on the line of the 10th.
Yeah.
So Dad Boss CEO is actually Dad Boss CEO X as well. It's pretty cool. Everything's embroidered with an X.
All right, so what's everyone's
Let's see.
virtue?
Chaz, I think I want an elegant ship for her. That's
Okay.
very haughty and very like I am not attacking that. Are you kidding me? Just
Aha.
the Downton Abbey British voice.
Oh.
So the virtue would be like elegance, but then the
It might be, I don't know, principled to something certain, or just like this is beneath me. You don't need to join this fight, or
okay, yeah. So elegant virtue, but also haughty-toity. What is it? Impulse.
yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. All right, I'm changing mine. Mine is going to be fierce and sentimental. Hugely
Oh.
sentimental.
Like, oh, did I just kill that?
It's gonna be
No,
rough
it's
for
going to be
you.
That
like,
reminds me of home.
it's going to find something that it's going to love and have like a lot of sentiment toward like the one thing, whatever that is.
So
Right.
are we picking
Here.
impulses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figure like both, like virtue and impulses, and I'll just write them down.
I am going to be feral, like cute aggression, where you just
Okay.
see something so cute you have to bite it.
Okay, so we got cute aggression.
I mean, it's bright and feral are the virtue and impulse.
So it is bright until it decides something is cute, and then it's like, I'm gonna bite that. No,
Right.
that's an asteroid. I'm gonna bite it.
Ah!
That sounds like my child.
Yeah,
Oh,
cute aggression's a thing.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with stoic
It
and
is.
flashy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Toity. John is
Stoic, but flashy. So they have to power up. Their moves
I like
are
it.
over the top.
okay.
Overly complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Adela, what was yours again?
Mine is very fierce, but like really sentimental over
Fierce and
just something ridiculous.
sentimental. And of course, like if you change your mind before like we start next week, I'm not
Okay.
gonna be like, it's too late. You have to.
Oh,
So is that the plan to start next Wednesday?
If that works with y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. it does.
Is everyone good with that? At 1, it'd be 1:30 Eastern. Yeah, 1:30 Eastern
Third.
Okay.
for setup.
So
Mhm.
11:30 here, Colorado.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that would
that works.
be math. 1:30 Eastern is 5 hours. So it'd be 6:30 Ireland time for setup.
Sweet.
Can you do it?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
We are not in production for a little while, so I can very easily, without even stress, be back in time for
Sweet.
broadcasts and whatnot.
Hooray for not stress.
I know,
Right?
it's great. It's so boring.
No.
Oh,
So I'm gonna look for
Oh.
some stock art for mechs, and I'll post it here in the chat, and then everyone can pick one,
Okay.
just so that we can have some arts.
And then, Mick, what were you thinking?
I was thinking wise and morbid for the
I love it.
virtue.
I like that.
Morbid. engines. Okay. So I think for the purpose of time, I'll just like do the rest. Why can't we build more? Like we just don't have the technology. Yada yada yada. How do y'all transgress against which is sacred? We've kind of talked about that from your like character creation stuff. What hope do we have? What hope do we have against Leviathans? Not much. Do we have who believes we have a chance? The people with money. Who doesn't? The people who don't have money. So I think what'll happen is you all have access to this. I will read up on this, and the next time I'll just kind of like the next game will be like the introduction game. So I'll walk you through like the individual mechanics, how the obligation phase works, how rolling works, how like building a thing works, that kind of thing. So it'll be very introductory next time, and then we'll just kind of like go from there.
Cool. And as far as like, so let's plan for 4, but if it goes longer, that's fine. If we're having great role playing and stuff, or if combat takes too long or whatever, don't like feel like you need to squish it in order to make it fit into. I'm just gonna put it down as a limited series. Because we kept having issues last year where like a series would be like touted as like a 5-parter or something, and then they would like they'd miss 2 episodes because of like COVID or something like that, and then they're trying to like stuff everything into the last one, so the last episode is like 6 hours long or whatever, and I just don't want to do that.
No, we're aiming for 4. We'll figure it out as it goes. I've actually never even because I've never run this, I have no clue how long an episode really should take. So we're just gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah.
But I do know we have the most important bits. We have our characters made, we have the world made, we have our engines. We have all these people who I'm absolutely going to try to sacrifice on a daily basis. I don't know how I'm going to sacrifice the ship. We can reboot the ship computer. Yeah, no. Everyone will be sacrificed.
Right. They found a virus. It's an old recipe.
We can't delete. We have to erase the entirety of the ship's computer. Right. We'll be floating in space for a little bit. Don't worry. Once it's back, we'll go back to our spot.
Love it.
And then I will reread and go through some of the things, remind myself how XP works. How y'all can upgrade your home base. You can get extra engines.
I saw that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so you could have replacement engines.
What if they're what if the engines actually came from they were drug along by the Leviathans passing, and so they were actually not intentionally left for us, but we found them. So it's like space trash essentially.
Hey,
and
there are actually that's the reason that y'all can fuse is because they're meant to fuse, but you actually need 20 to do the full fusion.
Right.
Oh my god.
And of course their fusion looks more like sea creatures. It just so happens that the 5 you have is
it's like a what are they, mega block? It's like a mega block octopus or something.
Yeah. And y'all just have to have 5 that's one tentacle connected to the thing, and
maybe that's why you have a different mech. You're there, but then you shift into. No, I don't know. I'm reaching now. I'm gonna leave. Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
So one last thing on page 190. Put in a vote in the chat for the series ability. We all start with one. Or the campaign starts with 1 series ability. And so with things like Academy Trained, each protagonist adds 1 action rating to perceive, flow, and analyze. Doesn't need to be now. Like I just saw it. I'm going to reread this entire thing just to make sure I'm not missing anything. But that's one thing we do need before next Wednesday. Just put in a vote. If whichever one wins, that's what we get.
Series ability.
There's also 1 series ability on page 191.
God damn it! Yeah.
Eject.
when you suffer 4 levels of harm, when you transcend, i.e., 4 is dead. You may choose not to take the harm, instead immediately end your transcendence. What do you leave behind? Who gets left in a bad spot because you bail out? Okay, so when I try to kill you, if you pick that, you don't die, but something happens.
Right.
Like maybe you leave your like hoity-toity engine out in space. Like, I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. You are so broke, or whatever your elegant engine says.
Hmm.
All right. Any questions?
No, I
No,
guess I
it's
just
gonna
gotta
be
read over these.
Okay.
Yeah.
definitely fun.
I'll be posting in the chat just to get information for the overlay and stuff like that. So just make sure
Okay.
you're watching out for that and responding. And then otherwise, see you here next week at 1:30 Eastern. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
it's good to see you guys.
You too.
Yeah. Good to
Yeah,
see you
it's
too.
been a long time.
And really good to meet you.
Likewise.
Welcome.
Same with
Oh.
all of you.
Wait, was that a reference to the game? Cause taco meat.
Oh,
It wasn't, but it's good.
I'm gonna show myself out.